All right, now we're moving on to the juicy stuff, the dislikes. What do I dislike about Rivals 2? What do I not like? Well, let's start off with this. Fighting all the characters is very obnoxious and very annoying. I don't think there's a single character in this game that I actually enjoy fighting against. I don't think there's a single matchup that I enjoy. And I think part of that has to do with the fact that every character shares the same movement options. You can kind of move around and move around like with each character. And on top of the fact that there's a lot of aerials in the game that have a lot of low recovery, or as Smash players call it, low lag. So that does play a factor into how fighting all the characters works. It kind of makes it a little difficult to punish some moves on whiff, or punish a lot of areas on whiff, because of the fact that a lot of them have low lag, right? So that is one thing. Yeah, it's just a little thing. Some people might disagree with me on that, but yeah, fighting. There's no character in this game that I actually enjoy fighting against. They all feel kind of obnoxious and annoying, but I guess that, like I said, it makes sense. I guess it's necessary because of how fluid the movement is in the game, so I can understand that. I can get around that. Now, this next point I was going to include last, but I'm just going to throw it in here now. Floor hugging. Now, floor hugging is, I guess you could say, another variation of crouch canceling. Crouch canceling and floor hugging do exist in Melee, but it also exists in Rivals 2. And if you've been playing Rivals 2, if you've been following it, you probably heard of it before. But it's practically just a shortened version of it. It's pretty much crouch canceling on crack. Now, you have to be crouching in order for crouch canceling to work, but with floor hugging, you don't have to crouch. You can floor hug while you're already in the middle of another action. So if you get punished, if you get hit while you're attacking, you can floor hug. If you say, for example, your opponent gets a read on your spot dodge or your roll, and even if they punish your roll or your spot dodge, you can still floor hug. You follow what I'm saying here? And if you whip a throw, guess what? You get punished for it, you can still floor hug. Just the fact that it exists and is that strong is, I don't want to say it's intolerable, but it's very obnoxious to deal with, and it's just straight up, it's just not fun. You shouldn't be discredited, or the attacker shouldn't always be rewarded for landing that hit successfully. It's like, you did something wrong, you messed up, I punish you for it, I got my... I don't want to go too far in depth with it. There's a lot of videos that explain floor hugging. I'm just gonna leave it at there, okay? At least tone it down. If it's not gonna get removed, at least tone down the mechanics. I think it's insane. Crouch canceling, I can deal with. A lot of people, they can tolerate crouch canceling, but the floor hugging is just way too strong. I think it should at least be toned down. All right, last point. This is just more just me complaining, but I don't like Clairen. I don't like Clairen. I think that character is made for literal toddlers and single-celled organisms. I believe that you can just throw out moves and Clairen just hits. I think the tipper hitbox for Clairen is way too large. It's more difficult to not hit with the tipper than it is to actually hit with the tip of Clairen's moves. And it's just a huge disjoint. It's crazy. You just die off of it. It's nuts. On top of that, I think Loxodont is also a very stupid character. But then again, I play Raster. People complain about Raster. But Lox is like everything that like a heavy character is not, which I think is kind of funny. On top of just how you move in the game, everyone has pretty fluid movement, even the heavy characters. But Loxodont, on top of the fact that he has disjoints, and he has a special jump with his magma armor, and he can juggle pretty well for a heavy character. He's kind of nuts, and his hitboxes are kind of crazy. Let me ask you guys this: have you ever been hit with Lox's back air while you were above him, or while you were in front of him. Can we just let's just talk about that real quick? You know, like I said, it sounds like I'm complaining, but you know what? I am. But yeah, but just tell me what you guys think about that, or you know, it almost, in the way that you can throw out his back air, it seems like it feels very similar to Cloud's back air in Smash. You can kind of just throw it out freely, and you know, almost not get punished for it. But maybe I'm just bad and I don't know how to deal with the character yet. But yeah, I feel like that's kind of nuts. Oh yeah, and his magma F smash, I didn't know it hit behind him as well. I didn't know the magma literally. I didn't know there was a hitbox behind him with the magma F smash, which I think is wild to me. But yeah. Just a few things there and there. Oh yeah, and you know, still don't like Crag, never liked him, but I'm more so a Clairen and Lox hater. Now that I have shielding, I don't really care for Crag that much. I don't complain about him that much, but yeah, Clairen and Lox, don't like them, hate them. I think they're dumb. Just yeah, like I said. But that's pretty much it. That is it. If you stuck around for this long, I really appreciate you guys. Thank you for just listening to me talk about what I enjoyed the game and what I don't enjoy, especially. I really appreciate y'all. I thought this would just be a fun video to do, and like I said, if you stuck around for this long, I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna try to make some more Rivals content and other content as well. I'm trying to make some Street Fighter content too. But that's pretty much it. That's the end of the video, and thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.